In this video, let's talk about the top 10 up-and-coming destinations that you'll want to travel to in 2021. Number 1. The Azores. Firstly, one for the nature lovers. Nowhere quite does drama like the Azores. Think Hawaii of the mid-Atlantic, with densely forested islands, volcanic craters, sulfuric hot springs, breaching whales and surf breaks. The remoteness of the Azores will only add to the traveller's desire to see more, as you won't expect to see many tourists in 2021. At the moment, a negative test result is required to travel to the Azores, but I expect this requirement to relax in the coming year, especially for those residents in the EU. The food will keep you fascinated with the freshest fish and a meat stew, slow cooked using the heat from the volcanic earth. The Azores is a timeless sort of place, a deep nature escape, which feels about right in 2021, after being cooked up inside for the whole of 2020. Number 2. Mexico, Chiapas. One of the places to open to tourism quicker than others in late 2020 was South America. I expect this to be one of the easiest places to go in 2021 for most travellers. This place is trending throughout Mexico and is expected to be one of the highlights of 2021 in the travel industry. Just across the border from Guatemala, the Mexican state of Chiapas is full of lush, mountainous highlands, which house nearly a dozen significant Mayan archaeological sites. In the towns of Chiapas, you'll overhear ancient languages and taste centuries-old dishes, made with indigenous ingredients. Chiapas delivers when it comes to outdoors adventure too, with lots of waterfalls and small, fast-flowing rivers for those who love whitewater rafting and hiking. Those in the know say to go now, whilst it has a similar draw to some of the more popular places of Mexico, without the crowds just yet. You won't find 5-star hotels, and flights to the state require a connection in Mexico City Airport, but that's what's keeping the masses at bay for now. Number 3. Slovenia. Being that this is tucked away between Italy, Austria and Croatia, it's amazing that Slovenia hasn't been on every traveller's map for years already. However, Slovenia is a country that is still relatively untouched by tourism. It's also another country that currently requires a test to visit without quarantine. This means that the country will be even more quiet for tourism in the year of 2021. This is great. Why? Because what Slovenia has to offer isn't in museums and shops, but in the great outdoors. Nature. Lake Bled, one of Europe's most peaceful lakes, is surrounded by turquoise rivers, glacier-fed lakes, and soaring snow-capped peaks that haven't yet been extensively explored by the avid traveller. It will take a few years for Slovenia to become one of the more popular tourist destinations, meaning it will be one of the better places to visit in 2021. Number 4. Japan. One for the city lovers amongst you, and for those looking for somewhere a little bit busier. The Japanese government expected 40 million travellers to flood across its islands for the 2020 Olympics, and its tourism industry responded accordingly. The Games' postponement led to a lot of shiny new hotel rooms and train routes going underused, but that investment means there has never been more reason to visit Japan in 2021, whether you have tickets to the Games or not. Openings happen countrywide, from the ski slopes of Hokkaido to the beaches of Okinawa, but the historic prior capital of Kyoto is the highlighted place to visit in 2021. Kyoto is the cultural heart of Japan and is the best place to experience traditional temples, shrines, gardens, geisha, shops, restaurants and festivals. And with the Olympics currently planned for start in 2021, expect lots of things to be going on. Japan is known to be an expensive country, but whilst the tourism and hospitality sectors are recovering, 2021 might just be the best year to make your dream trip to Japan. There was even talk about the Japanese government covering expenses for travellers to try and entice tourism back to the country. But this needs to be checked before you travel, to see if you are eligible. Number 5. Antarctica. When people ask where others have been on holiday, I bet Greece, Turkey, France, America and Thailand are amongst the most common answers. But what if someone said Antarctica? Maybe it's not as crazy as it seems. And in fact, there are great excursions done by companies such as Zodiac Excursions. You'll be led by experts in their field to see humpback whales and colonies of penguins and seals, whilst exploring one of the least explored continents in the world. It's a great place to go in 2021 for those of you who have been tied up inside for the last 12 months and want those bragging rights for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Number 6. The Maldives. One for those who don't like the idea of the cold in Antarctica, but definitely one of the favourite places of beach lovers around the world, and it's one of the easiest places to travel to in 2021. There are currently no restrictions with regards to travel, and all travellers are tested on arrival with quick results to ensure that everyone on the islands are virus-free. Therefore, there are no masks, no 2-metre rule, just white sand, good food, and plenty of places to relax. It's easy to see why this is the best place to visit in 2021. Every island looks like a postcard, with perfectly groomed palm trees and crystal clear waters washing up to the sandy white beaches. With gorgeous weather year-round, this destination forces you to disconnect from the world and reconnect with tranquility. Perfect for the romantic couple looking to disconnect and lavish in luxury, or the scuba enthusiast who wants to explore the exotic marine life of the Indian Ocean. And don't forget, those of you who just want to relax. Number 7. Southern Vietnam. Few places handle the virus as swiftly or efficiently as Vietnam, whose early closure of the borders kept infection and death rates low. The Southeast Asian nation is slowly reopening to international travellers and revealing a few new reasons to visit. The southern province of Phu Yen is a highlight for the year 2021. The region itself sees remarkably low tourist numbers, despite its glittering waters and palm-lined shores. Though you may want to spend your whole trip at the beach or pool, Vietnam is hardly a place to stay stationary in. 10 kilometers north, coastal Quy Nhon is a departure point for one of the latest built tourist attractions in South Vietnam, a new luxury train carriage from Antarctica that lumbers up to historic Da Nang. On board, guests eat a 3-course meal made from ingredients from the very places they'll see out of the large glass windows. There are 12 semi-private seats, a full bar, and even massage chairs should travellers need an extra dose of relaxation while passing through the 4th century ruins of the Champa Kingdom. The 6-hour ride turns what would be a necessary commute between the two places worth visiting into part of the vacation. Number 8. Skåne, Sweden. The lesser known region of Sweden, Skåne is the southernmost region of Sweden, with the 3rd largest city, Malmö. Sweden is a great place for travellers in 2021, as it has famously been a country that hasn't imposed any extra rules on people or travellers for the whole of 2020. The region of Skåne is largely overlooked as a place to visit, as the most convenient airport to fly into is Copenhagen Airport, and naturally, most travellers then stay and visit Copenhagen. However, you can take a scenic hop across the iconic Øresund Bridge, which takes only 12 minutes by train, and you'll be transported to the back garden of Copenhagen, southern Sweden. The best time to come visit here is in late spring and early summer, when the fields change colour completely and actually resemble the colours of the Swedish flag. There are many quaint cities along the southern coast and 3 national parks within easy reach, where you're completely free to camp and enjoy the nature. With no further restrictions expected in 2021, Sweden makes for a great getaway this year. If you do plan on visiting Copenhagen though, take a look to my 5-minute video all about Copenhagen in the description or at the top of the video now. Number 9. Italy. Italy, once the European epicenter of the virus, is expected to lose €100 billion in travel in 2020. And already the country is gearing up for a rebound in 2021. With lots of new grand openings across the country, cities will have new places to stay for those raring to come back. Popular towns such as Venice, Rome and Florence will have fewer tourists than they've had for the last 5 years, with tourism from outside of the EU currently being banned, meaning there will be more space to breathe and soak in the rich Italian culture and enjoy the food in a calmer atmosphere than ever before. Take this opportunity in 2021 to explore one of the most tourist-dense countries in the world, before the tourists come flooding back in the following years. And last but not least, number 10, New Zealand. One for the adventure junkies amongst you. New Zealand at the time of this video is currently closed to all tourism, so you might be wondering why we've included New Zealand. Well, fortunately, New Zealand will be opening again at one point, and given that the best times to visit New Zealand is December to March, by the time you plan to go there at the end of 2021, you can hope that the wonders of New Zealand are open to all tourists again. Queensland, the adventure capital of the world, is a breathtaking natural mix of fjords, mountains and lakes, the birthplace of bungee jumping. You'll be able to find all sorts of daring adventures for the adrenaline junkies. Travel in 2020 has been really tough, but I hope this video has given you some inspiration for where you want to go on your travels in 2021. This channel is all about travel, and I'm currently making a series of 5-minute cities, where I try and sum up a city in 5 minutes. You can find these videos on my channel or in the links down below. I think you'll really enjoy them. Write in the comments where you'd like to travel to first in 2021, and please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my new travel videos. And until next time, don't forget, travel more. The adventure is always worthwhile.